Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Where are we today, Dan?
We're back at Alton Towers for the opening of Sub Terra.
Yeah, just behind us.
It's not a full day vlog, just a little review of the opening day.
I've never done it before, so it's going to be a whole new experience for me. Obviously,
we've literally come down just to do this today. I did it back in 2012, and then obviously the year's running on until it shut in 2015.
Please remember to obey all.
Ladies and gentlemen in the Sub Terra queue line and surrounding areas, may I have your attention please? At this moment in time, Nemesis Sub Terra is facing a temporary delay. Apparently it was on a 5-minute queue before.
So guys, we've done half of Sub Terra. I'll let Dan explain why it's half of Sub Terra.
So we queued up for about 2 hours, set a timer just as we joined the queue. It said 90 minutes. We joined, about 50 minutes later the ride went down. Technicians took about 30 minutes to get the ride back up and running again, so we continued to wait. By the time we got to the ride, put our baggage in and went into the pre-show section where they line you up before you go into the first elevators. We ended up waiting about 10 minutes in there. Not sure why. We asked if the ride had gone down. They said no. Seems to have been quite problematic most of the day. We go in, we go through into the chamber, we experience the ride, won't say any spoilers, and just as we're about to exit, as we come back up, the lights, all the special effects went on.
Everything went
and
off.
The lighting came on inside, and the whole ride went down. And they left us. We were stuck in our seats, unfortunately, for about 15 minutes.
15-20 minutes. So we were trying to keep morale up. There was a couple on the ride who were like, "Let's do the Mexican wave." So we were all like trying to do the Mexican wave just to keep us all entertained, because not one staff member.
So no staff came in. They just come over the tannoy system in the ride
"Please
chamber,
remain seated,"
just telling us to remain seated and stuff. And we couldn't move anyway. We were stapled in our seats. Yeah, so just not a good experience. And then we eventually got off and just exited the ride. They didn't give us a fast track to return and do the ride again later. We were told that it was down for the day after that, weren't we? But it's actually back open at the minute, but we're not dedicating any more time queuing for that because I mean,
all in all it's been about 3 hours for that.
I've already done it.
Well, half a ride.
I did it back when it opened in 2012 through to 2015 anyway. Never its biggest fan. I'll give you my verdict on it. I mean, it's pretty much exactly the same. Looks like they've put some different colour lighting in there. I don't know if there's 1 or 2 special effects that might be different when we come back up from the... There's no way of doing the review without spoilers.
Spoiling it, it's fine.
So there's going to be spoilers ahead, so if you've not done it, maybe switch off for you. But as the ride dropped down, we had the leg ticklers and stuff. They seemed a little bit more intense. I mean, I do have shorts on, so maybe that's probably part reason. Came back up and it seemed very intense as we come back into the chamber. There was loads of special effects on. There was air cannons, there was water, there was all sorts. The alien was roaring, we were getting prodded in the back and leg ticklers and all sorts. And then I can't really review any further than that, but what I can tell you is everything that we experienced after that, minus the stoppage, was exactly the same as it used to be in its original form before it made its return.
There's just one thing I'm going to say is they could have said, like, pre-warning guys, the effects are still working for the rest, because we had a couple of young ones in, and because obviously we've been sat there for like 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes
on a broken down ride.
Obviously the effects afterwards kind of make out like it is breaking down.
Yeah, the story is the egg obviously has hatched, the aliens broke
escaped.
out and it's attacking you. So it attacks the elevator as you're going back to the surface. So the lift starts banging and everything. It was quite intense.
Shaking and all.
And the kids that were
really
in our elevator, because there's 2 elevators, the kids that were with us, they were crying their eyes out because they thought the ride was going down again, but that's actually just part of it. That's the only part of the ride that actually did work. And then it was just the usual exit out. It looks like they've added a new section on at the end that looks like a kind of like a lab, but we didn't see any actors. There was no scare actors in there.
We don't know if they've not put them due to obviously
because
us
it broke down.
Sitting there for so long.
What would your review be of it then, based on what you experienced? It's difficult to review a ride that's actually broke down.
If I'm honest, I wanted a better drop.
You didn't think the drop was that
No,
good?
the drop on 13.
The drop been a bit more intense.
The drop on 13's better, much better, and it was dead short. And it was like, that's it, you've dropped once. Theming, yeah, it's all right.
Theming's great inside. Story-wise,
but when you
it's great.
When obviously the lights have come on and you can see in a way like what happens,
that's
it's
part
a bit
and parcel of it, isn't it? I mean, you know, you're never meant to see it with the lights on. You're only meant to see it in the state it's designed to be experienced in, with all the special effects and the mist and the spray and whatever else.
Sorry, we just
so overall, yeah, a little disappointing. Again, I was never Nemesis Sub Terra's biggest fan. I am very happy to have it reopened, and when it's up and running properly and it's reliable, if it ever is reliable, it'll be great. I mean, you know, with Nemesis closed and other attractions like Hex and stuff,
we've had a lot of downtime
it's nice
today.
To just have another ride to take away, take a lot of cues away from other attractions. And Forbidden Valley is dying a death without Nemesis, so it's
not been
it's nice to have it back.
And it's not been a great day for ride availability. A lot of it has just gone down, didn't it?
We've just been stuck on 13's our second ride today, and it's just broke down. Well, I don't know if it broke down. I think there was a bit of kerfuffle in front of us.
Yeah, there wasn't.
But anyway, that's
stuff gone on. But yeah, anyway. So
Sub
guys,
Terra,
that's
we'll probably get on it another time. Won't we? We'll probably come back in a couple of weeks and get Paris on a full run through. She pretty much experienced 3/4 of the ride. We were only going to get off
just the last part.
After it come back up and exit and see some scare actors and then leave.
Overall,
you know, it's a good story-driven ride. It's something extra to go on amongst the other coasters and whatnot that you got here. Something a little bit different. Forbidden Valley definitely needed it to reopen. Again, like I keep saying, with Nemesis shut, Funk and Fly is not very reliable. Galactica goes down quite regular. So again, to have another attraction, once you find out a couple of creases,
hopefully
issues. We're not ironing a shirt. Once they've ironed out a couple of issues, I'm sure it'll be fine. But overall, it's exactly the same as I remember it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I'm just grateful to have another attraction. What would you say? You want to end on?
No.
Did you enjoy it at all?
I don't know.
Before it broke down?
Yeah, it was alright before it broke down. It was alright. But on that note, guys, if you do like what you see, obviously please do rate, comment and subscribe to the channel. Obviously it's Ginger and Brown on everything. Mine is TikTok, which is Ginger and Brown 18. But from us and from a short vlog.
Well, it's not a vlog, it's just a review, isn't it?
A short review and vlog of Alton Towers. We will see you in the next one.
Bye guys.
Bye.